Andrew, I take your point about sort of the secular opportunity with social media, but right now is all of the sort of internet space facing just the receding tide of the pandemic. I do wonder, even with the cloud numbers we're going to hear this afternoon, whether we kind of just have to work through this period to figure out what does the new normal look like.
I think that's fair. And if you look at the data that's out there, MasterCard talked about e-commerce down 3% in March. Other companies have talked about the slowdown that happened kind of post-Ukraine, Russia. And so I think the market is digesting the fact that you did have slowing just overall consumer spend, advertising growth going through 1Q. And I think that's continued into April, just given the commentary that we've heard from Snap and what we'll hear in honestly the coming days from Google tonight and then Facebook later.
Let's talk about some of the things Mr. Musk says he wants to do, and like limit content moderation, you open the algorithm and edit button and so forth. Well, the effect of that on advertisers will be what?
If I think about less content moderation, there are just now more brand safety issues. And so if you go back, call it 3-4 years on Twitter. Remember the big push here was the fact that Twitter was trying to clean up the platform from basically bullies. And so they've done a bunch of product work to be able to allow less hate speech, to make sure that it's just a safer overall platform. So by unwinding that, I think that there's just more negative sentiment that may scare some brand advertisers away from Twitter. Remember here, 85% of advertising revenue is brand-based for Twitter. And so where could those dollars go? It could be a benefit for YouTube. It could be a benefit for newer products like Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels. And then I think TikTok is clearly the 800-pound gorilla here and is likely to take brand advertising from pretty much all platforms as you see engagement ramp and they roll out more ad tools.
Are advertisers really going to be that proactive, Andrew, that they would fear that Elon Musk will make the platform such a free-for-all that they don't want their ads associated and they look elsewhere?
No, I think it'll be reactive, right? And so, it's really interesting. If you're on Twitter, you can see the notes from kind of the all-hands meeting that took place yesterday. I think there's a lot of uncertainty in terms of what the operational changes will be. And when Elon comes in, we'll have a better sense. But honestly, the deal hasn't closed yet. He hasn't gotten inside. He's probably still talking to people. So I don't know that he exactly knows what he's going to do yet. There are some big picture ideas, but we'll see when the actual details are out.
He sort of hinted, and maybe he stated outright, that this Twitter deal is not about making money for him. What is it about then? And what if he doesn't make money with it?
It's kind of the $1 million question. If he doesn't make money with it, he has other money that he will continue to have.
Yes, I'm not worried about him. No, I'm not.
The point being is, what could the platform change and what could it actually look like? And again, it's just way too early to tell what the actual changes will be. Again, it sounds like there's going to be just more free speech, less fettered content moderation. And so, again, we'll see what happens in a year.